Okay, new data out. 50% of Gen Z wants to ditch their corporate gig and they want to start their own business. Yay, Gen Z. I love this. This is great news. I'm not saying they're all going to be successful, but I like that they are entrepreneurial and they are considering it. I think that no matter the generation, this isn't limited to Gen Z, but any generation. So whatever the generation is going to be behind Gen Z, what I would love to see for the future of our country is to see entrepreneurship get the same treatment as college. I would love to see entrepreneurship elevated and glorified to the level that we do a college education. I think they ought to be equal. So you go, well, you know, college, you know how we talk about college. What if we talked about entrepreneurship the way that we talk about college? I think it'd be great because I think it would get more kids who actually want to start a business, who should start a business, to raise their hand instead of getting churned through the college sausage maker and come out on the other side going, well, what was that all about? So let's dive into this and more in a moment on if you are Gen Z or the parent of Gen Z, how you can figure out if entrepreneurship is the path for you. We'll get into that in a second. This report from Samsung and Morning Consult surveyed over 1,000 Gen Zers aged 16 to 25 and revealed that they are increasingly disillusioned with a traditional job, and they want more flexibility and more options. The rising popularity of social media, such as TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, has in fact created a new class of entrepreneurs called creators, the creator economy, the creator class. And of course, I'm sure you're aware of these stories. It could be everything from a kid making millions of dollars playing with toys. I remember when my daughter was younger, she'd watch these girls on YouTube that were playing with puppets and these silly little toys, getting millions of views of these girls just going, I like the way this toy does this. Boom. All right? If you can attract an audience, you can attract sponsorships. So, Gen Z has grown up seeing this, and they're so online. Their life is online, so it's not a big leap. And so they're looking at all this going, well, could it be me? Could I do this? And so we see TikTok stars, YouTube stars, all young, who can create and make money. And so that is, in fact, entrepreneurial. So, Gen Z is sitting here going, why not me? Why not me? Can I do it? So let's talk about their thoughts and their influences and their choices. Over half of the respondents to this study said they believe they are neurodiverse. Now you go, what in the world does neurodiversity mean? What is that? What it means is that the way they think about subjects is pretty vast, and it covers a wide range. So in other words, they don't think about work as a traditional 9 to 5 over a 40-year period. That would be an example of neurodiverse. Okay? And so they don't want to do things the way that their parents did it or their grandparents did it. Okay? And so as a result, they look at things, and we see work, those of us, so I'm Gen X, certainly boomers, look at work as a very clear construct, all right? So I go do this job, I work X amount of hours per week, per month, per year. Hopefully I do a good job, I get promoted, and then I go to this, to this, to this, and that's my path. Got to get a good job with good health benefits. And these young people are like, they're not even thinking about 401ks and health benefits. They're going, I want to be flexible to work how I want, when I want, where I want. And they are growing up in an age, in an era where that has become increasingly possible to set that. You know, we see things like digital nomads. Now, let's just say that you are a marketing specialist, a graphic designer, a social media specialist, whatever. Pick the job. And because you have a cell phone and a laptop, you can take care of all the communication that you need. You can do all the work that you need to do wherever you have an internet signal. So you could be in a library one day, a coffee shop the next. You could be around the world. You could work in the U.S. and work for 3 weeks from Argentina. As long as you get the work done and you're checking in. So obviously we know this, but what we don't realize is that this younger generation, that's all they know, is that I can effectively do what you want me to do, need me to do. I can do it from anywhere. And when your mindset, that's your whole context on work, then you aren't limited by tradition. You just aren't limited. Whereas you take somebody my age, I'm 49 years of age, I'm somewhat limited as to, now I see it, but growing up, I was limited to the way we did work when I was growing up. You went to an office to work unless you were in a construction job or you're out in the field, but everybody went to work. And that's what you did, right? And pre-laptops and cell phones, you were completely tethered to the office. This generation isn't. So parents of Gen Zers who are watching or listening to me, I want to pivot to say, I love this, but I want you to be able to think through, if you want to be an entrepreneur, I want you to assess whether or not you're really cut out for it, okay? And then how do we come up with the idea? So this is just real quick, going to go through this really quick, okay? Number one, you have to ask yourself, are you motivated enough? Are you disciplined enough to be your own boss? When it's your company, you're the chief everything officer for a season. You just are. I don't care if it's a TikTok channel, a YouTube channel. I don't care what it is. You are in charge of you. You're in charge of everything. And so there needs to be a level of discipline, a level of maturity. If you're a young person going, I want to work for myself, you have to ask yourself, are you cut out for it? Do you have the makeup to start your business, work for yourself, do what has to be done, when it has to be done, because there's no one else to do it. That's the first thing. Secondly, what's your idea? What is your idea? What's your idea for business? How are you coming up with it? If you just say, well, I want to make videos, I'm just going to try that. Sure, that's okay. But it'd be better off you looking at business as a solution. So whatever your business is, however you deliver the benefit of the business, which, by the way, it's either a product or a service. Okay? Even YouTube, TikTok, that's a service. You are providing entertainment. You are providing expertise. You are providing opinion. That would be more service versus a product where someone pays you and you exchange a commodity, a product with them. That's what it is. So you have to ask yourself, what problem or desire is my business, product or service, solving? That's where the good ideas come from. Because then you say, okay, if I want to create a YouTube channel, are these videos meeting a desire or solving a problem? That's what it has to come down to. And once you figure that out, you go, okay, well, what's the best way to go about this? And that's where you begin to determine, okay, I'm going to get in the product side of things or I'm going to get in the service side of things. So that's how you figure out, Gen Z, whether or not this is the right path for you. Don't just think, well, entrepreneurship because of flexibility and freedom. Well, you could be broke, but you'll be flexible.